Hello, welcome to the Newspaper Review. My name is Williams Abule, and this is Top TV. Right here is where we bring you the headlines across newspapers around Nigeria. And to do this with me is Mr. Victor Sioku.
Thank
Are
you,
welcome
sir.
to the
Thank
program.
You, sir. Thank
yes,
you.
How was your weekend?
Smooth.
Very smooth, right?
Yes,
Great.
I had a cool one.
Same for me too. Although I made a trip with our governor, Wike, to one of the campaign rally as a pressman, not as a supporter of the PDP. I'm apolitical, even though I have the candidate that I tilt to and I support. I hope you have yours too, and you're also ready to vote come the 25th of February 2023. You know it's an election month, right? So please prepare your mind. Even as INEC has rounded off the collection of PVCs, it is now time to be very strategic about the electioneering process. So get your minds ready, get yourself prepared for all of that. All right, if you're just seeing this video for the first time, please do well to subscribe to this channel because this is where you'll get all the latest news headlines here on the program, the Newspaper Review. Without wasting time, today is the 6th of February 2023, and we'll go straight into taking the headlines from our various newspapers, and we'll begin with this day newspaper for today. And on this day here, we have as headline, interim government perish the thought. Interim government perish the thought. All right, if you need to get details, this day newspaper is where you will need to go to. Other headlines here, we see NNPC, 64.3 million liters of petrol released daily. So where is all the petrol going to?
I wonder, my brother.
This is quite a huge volume, but we don't get to see it. There's still an outcry out there. The scarcity is still on. The price hike is still there. So we don't know where they're releasing it to. But if you need to get details of that, please pick up a copy of this day newspaper. Moving on to other headlines, we see here, APC PCC. Aso Rock Cabal wants pliable successor to Buhari. Atiku, Tinubu has history of appropriating public assets. The main headline here on this day says, Naira scarcity. Peter Obi calls for calm, appeals to Nigerians to bear with federal government. CBN urges Apex Bank to expedite circulation of new currencies. UBA GMD, CBN banks addressing challenges associated with new Naira disbursement. Atiku alleges APC conniving with the banks to hoard new 1,500 and 200 Naira notes. Police warn against lawlessness in Kwara as governor calls for calm. MAN, that is the Manufacturing Association of Nigeria, decries hiccups in implementation, says manufacturers will suffer 25% drop in sales. All right, then let me take this last one. It says Oyema, it's cheaper to keep foreign missions than close them. All right, that's all the headline we'll be taking on this day newspaper. So do well to pick up a copy and read up the full story. All right, Mr. Victor, I'm going to come to you. Mr. Obi has also lent his voice to the Naira scarcity. I saw the statement he released on his Twitter page, and he has been calling for calm and also said that Nigerians should bear with the federal government and CBN in this very, very challenging time. Do you agree?
I will 100% agree. Okay. We were opportune, as in TAF TV, we were opportune to go out there to see what's happening, just like you informed us on Friday around the Transamadi Road here in Port Harcourt that a whole lot is happening out there. Yes.
It's still there till today. It's still there. If you go out there, you'll see it.
Yeah. So I hope our viewers will be able to see that video so that they can see how it's turned out there, and we're able to run the Nigeria Reacts show, where we usually have Nigerians to react on topics, trending topics about the country.
Yeah, so please watch out for that video. All right.
Okay. So I have an issue with what is happening in Nigeria. Like you saw over the weekend on social handles, on social media, you saw where Nigerians were really reacting in different forms. There were too many fights in fuel stations. Even in the bank, you saw them carrying some metal demarcators to fight. But one concerning thing about the way we try to manage pressure in this country is, why is it that we go naked? Okay, is it our culture that when we are under pressure, we just go naked. I think we need our psychologists to go out there, our scientists to go out there to find out why.
Is it not better that they are
Okay.
going naked?
No,
and
I just
their lives?
no. From the scientific point of view, I just want us to run a research.
The kind of pressure
Nigerians release pressure by going naked, just like we have in the US. You know, in the US they just take up guns
and take up guns, take up their lives. And then for me, Nigerians are one of the strongest human beings on earth. The kind of things we go through mentally, psychologically, and physically. I mean, a lot of people, even our fellow Africans, a lot of them cannot take it. But Nigerians live through these things, and we seem as if we are normal. And then when the situation is under control, we act as if that never happened. And the fact that we easily forget things, that is the challenge. We easily forget the pain. We easily forget the trauma that we've gone through. And so we are quick to move on to another level of stupidity, another level of, I don't know, a repeat of most of the things that we do.
Just like they say,
it's crazy.
Suffer no dey tire us.
I don't understand it. I don't, and you see, I might not be wrong, and the election will prove it. This election, if we are not careful, it will clearly prove what I'm saying now, that Nigerians easily forget their pain. So once it is over, once it is under control, they move on to the next level of stupidity. They move on to the next level of pain. And we are all shouting again, oh, we are here again. Meanwhile, the signs are clear for you to change the current situation. But you don't want to because of sentiments, because of, I don't know, many, if you look at the way we behave, many things keep us where we are till now. So I'm just hoping that in this upcoming election, we're going to act differently.
So lastly, on that, my point on the research, I also want to say that we also find out that when Nigerians are releasing pressure, they still go out there to do crazy things like pooing in the public. So I'm really surprised that up till now, no Lagos downfall drivers, even in major cities now, when these law enforcement holds them at the point, they just poo on the ground. Sometimes they even pack their shit. So I'm sorry. I maybe I'm coming from a different angle now, but yes, I just want to find out why we go this way. Is it now a culture? I hope one day that will come out. Such facts will come out. Now down to the news itself. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, was on TV and he stated his part of the conversation, with respect to the new naira and the change of the notes. Now he mentioned that Nigerians will just have to be calm. No two ways about it. Making changes like these long-term changes, that it has to come with pain. That Nigerians should please bear with the government, that this at the end of the day will come out good. He also stated the fact that India faced challenge like this, and I even went further to check how did India carry on theirs. You find out that theirs was just a matter of less than a day, my brother. The way the news came, Nigeria even had up to 90 days. But India, it came like a big shock. Yes, the country got the quake, but at the end of the day, India is doing so well with their fiscal and monetary policies.
Did India go through the same stress that we've been going through in the last few weeks?
No, they did. In terms of the exchange, yes, they did. They did 100%.
You mean it was as bad as the fact that there's money scarcity?
No, there was so much money scarcity in India back in those days. But now, yes, we could have done more, just done better, just like Mr. P2B said. Because right now, you have the CBN and the banks. Not for me, they are not as 100%. Not even 100% might just be too much. They are not doing their best as far as I'm concerned. Look at what the Niger Reacts, the show that we went for. You find out when Nigerians were talking a whole lot about our bankers. Now, we have that, just like I was asking a question, why is it that Nigerians do this and this when releasing pressure? We have some cultures, some things that are imbibed in us that will never go out as a Nigerian. And one of those things is cutting corners. Why would the bank, just like some videos we saw, why would the bank be hiding the new naira notes. Like we saw a video where they showed us a vault, a bank vault, where you had them stash the new naira
ones.
Inside.
Yeah.
And they now brought out it was when they now cut them, they now opened and saw the new one that they were stacked inside the vault, deep inside. We also saw a situation whereby an ATM machine was loaded with cash, but the ATM machine, the cash that was loaded, was still with wrappers. So they will not dispense. What are we talking about? You find out that our bankers, just like many other things that is happening in hospitals, in education, in MPA, in port authority, this is the culture of thieves everywhere, embezzling the fund. Just as the National Assembly, we are crying out that their budget is too high, that they are stealing our funds. Same thing is happening almost everywhere.
Very true.
So we should not just lay all the blame to the presidency. It's happening within us. It's happening in our churches.
Yeah.
Things are not right. The problem, and look at it. It's not, I don't know. Is it that when we now leave the shores of this country, go over to another country, we behave?
Everybody behaves normal.
We behave straight up.
Because in those countries, they have laws in place that are functional and active.
Yes.
And so once you go the wrong way, these laws must catch up with you. You can never be able to escape it. No. Very few occasions do people escape it. Yes. So in Nigeria, we don't have a proper justice system that works. Even as you're being arrested, before you even get into the police van, you can walk away if you know the right things to say and what to do. So it's just a very corrupt circle or system that we've been operating in many years, and it is always fighting back at us. We always feel the pain. So, like you rightly said, it's not just the government, it is every Nigerian. We need to have a orientation, we need to change our ways. And the most irritating part of being a Nigerian is when you are trying to be a different person from the others. You now look like you're the crazy one. Every time you go to the bank and you want to stand on the queue, or you go to anywhere that there's a queue and you want to stand on the queue, it looks like you are the mad one. It is better that everybody is scattered all over the place, and when you join them, you're the G guy, you know what's up. But once you stand in place on the queue, you're the mad one. So I don't know, it's something that Nigerians, we need to work on real good. We need to work on, and it's really biting us.
So I will not also be surprised that come the election from the 25th, we will still see politicians with these new naira notes.
Of course, if we
will still see them, we will still see bullion vans carrying the politicians' money up and down.
If terrorists now have possession of the new notes, what is a politician not going to do with it? I mean, the politicians have, if the banks, what do you think the bankers are holding the note for? Or who do you think they are holding it for? It's not for them.
No.
Most bankers are not enabled to have up to 5 million naira to go and spend on the weekend. It is politicians. They are holding it because they want to sell it to the highest bidders. That's what they're doing. So it's really sad. You cited India as an example, like they went through this and all of that. But why should we toe that part because India went through the same thing? Can we be different?
We have our laws. We had the law where the CBN policy that it should take at least 90 days.
Yeah.
Give a 90 days notice, which has been given, and an extension has also been given. Now, the issues there for me is that we Nigerians are causing this suffer. The CBN, I'm very sure they have their issues, but we Nigerians on our own, we are also impoverishing ourselves. Let me also even tell you what is even happening with the POS guys right now. They are using this opportunity, to siphon every money that they can get from people. I
withdrew 20,000 naira and paid a charge of 4,000. Yeah.
So what do they even do? The POS guys, not that they don't have money, Mr. Bully. Look at what they do. They go to market women because market women still collect this cash and they don't go to the banks. So they go to market women, buy off the cash. Not that they will even buy it so high. Buy off the cash. They go to fuel stations because fuel stations, many of them now don't go to the banks. They sell to them. They go, but now they hike it so high.
Time to cash out.
Yeah. What is happening to us?
Time to cash out for them.
Then lastly, if you even go to the the fuel stations, those attendants, they have now opened their own business. That's their own rate due to, yes, the POS, their rates are very high. They now, those babes, those chicks, those guys you see on the pumps, they are now cashing out big time. So you find out that
It's just
we are our own
unfortunate.
problem. It's
It's
not
just
just about
unfortunate.
CBN.
Yeah,
We are our
it's
own
not about
problem.
just CBN. It is all about every Nigerian. We need to have a better orientation about what we want for our country. We don't have any other place to call home. This is the only home for us, our children, and generations to come. So, if we continue to destroy it, continue to pollute it, continue to corrupt it, then by the time our children are here, we'll not have anything to give to them. Why don't we consciously, individually, begin to change the way we do things? We all know the right things. We are not animals. We know the right things. We know things that will make us live better or operate better. But it is so hard. It's so hard for us to just go to doing the right things. All right, let's leave that story there. And I hope we listen to Peter Obi as he says that we should be calm. It's a process. It's going to phase away. It's going to phase away. So, but then we want it to phase away on time so that we can move on with our lives, and then stop people like the POS guys from enriching themselves from our small monies that we're collecting from them. I mean, it's something else. All right, we go back to our headlines, and this time we're going to go to Vanguard newspaper for today, the 6th of February, 2023. And on Vanguard here, we have as headlines, polls, catastrophe awaits Rigas. Yakasai warns politicians. All right, petrol shortage, owners charge over 200 naira per liter, ex-depot price. All right, now let's go on to other headlines here. We see as the main headline here, anger, frustration as PVC collection ends. That story you find on page 25 of the Vanguard newspaper. Also, we see OB to Nigerians, endure. Naira redesign has economic, social benefits. Page 8 is where you will get that story in details. New Naira notes, OPS 6 ways out of supply hiccups. Cash crunch may lead to 25% drop in monthly sales of goods. Man, Nathima commends CBN but says exercise disruptive to economy. Asbon lists effects on small businesses. 100 trillion component of GDP at risk. CPPE speaking there. Details of all of that you find on page 19 of the Vanguard newspaper. All right, we move on to other stories here. You see, PSC appoints 3 DIGs, suspends 19 CPs, DCP's promotion. That is the Police Service Commission appoints 3 Deputy Inspector Generals, suspends 19 Commissioner of Police and Deputy Commissioner of Police promotions. Find details of that on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. All right, and lastly, I'll take this one. It says, we are waiting for Dangote Refinery to remove subsidy. Reps speaking there, and details is on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. So pick up a copy and get to the stories in details. All right, Mr. Victor, let's talk about the um, the end of the collection of PVCs. On this paper, it is reported as anger, frustration as PVC collection comes to an end. Why are people angry and frustrated? Why do you think that is the case now?
Well, people are angry and frustrated because some persons out there could not also find their PVCs. We did an advert on TAF TV to show people how easy to go get their PVCs, from free ads to tell people that, okay, you have to use this code, you have to do this, do that. And yeah, some persons also tried those avenues, and unfortunately for them, their
Their
PVCs
PVCs
were
were
not
not
found.
found.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So, and you know, there are Nigerians out there that really, really, really want to vote. Okay. But yes, there are still some issues like, in some states like Ebonyi State, about 500,000 persons have not collected their PVC. So they still have uncollected PVC, about 500,000 of them. In Enugu State, they have over 300,000 uncollected PVCs. Same in the FCT. But I just wonder whether the report I saw about Nasarawa State was a typo error, because I saw just only 9,000 persons
that were
Only
able
9,000
to
persons that
collect,
have not collected.
that have not collected.
Yeah, so it's a very good result for Nasarawa State. But when you compare, when you go down to Abuja, that is close by, 300,000 uncollected, Enugu 300,000, Ebonyi State 500,000. Or more, it means a lot. And I'm talking about as at February the 3rd. So you find out that, see, people in those places where you have 500,000, 300,000, there will be agitations. They will not be happy. And let's also note that many persons that have uncollected PVCs, maybe they have left the area and they can't come back again to collect their PVCs. Maybe they have jabbed. Maybe they have died. So there are many things that should be associated with it. But when the numbers are just too many, you just begin to wonder what really happened. Is it that INEC did not do their proper bookkeeping to make sure that somebody's PVC is in another local government other than where it's supposed to be? So I think that should be a case that they should look further to. But I still give kudos to INEC.
No, they've done a great
I
job.
give kudos to INEC
Yeah.
this time. I remember 4 years ago, it was really tough. Down to the last day, the crowd at the INEC offices in Obiapo, I was a witness. I couldn't get my PVC then. But this time around, it was just so seamless for us. When I'm talking seamless, because it was like hell back in the days.
It's not as if when you walk into the office, you just pick up your PVC
Yes.
and go. That's not the case. But at least compared to what it was, it is better.
And you know, we are used to suffering and smiling. And like I said, suffer no they tire us.
Yeah,
Nigerians are resilient.
yeah,
Suffer now is like normal.
Yeah.
Look at how can we be buying fuel? Now you buy fuel for 480 naira. Like the last time I bought like 3 days ago, 480 naira. I needed to buy that fuel because if I had just done 100 meters from where I was, my fuel would have just finished. So I had to just go and buy. You just be wondering, buy 10 liters for 4,800, where you are supposed to, that 4,800 back in the days will give you
Almost your
oh
full
my
tank.
God. So
Your
it's really crazy. It's really crazy.
I kudos to INEC though. Kudos to INEC. The fact that this time around they've been able to push Nigerians. They've been able to show that they are available to Nigerians in the little way that they can, even though the pressure is real. I won't say that they've been 100% in all round because in most of the centers, not all, but in most of the centers, the PVC collection centers that I visited, it was such a rowdy session where PVCs are not well organized. It will take them donkey hours for them to get to your PVCs and all of that. And that will frustrate a lot of people, especially the ones that are working. So you take 2 hours break from office to go and pick up your PVCs. 2 hours can never be enough for you to pick it. So all of that has also hampered people, some Nigerians, from picking up their PVCs. And by so they are disenfranchised. They won't be able to vote in the February 25th election and subsequently all the other elections that will come right after that. So you see, that plus all the other things you enumerated could be the reasons why people were not unable to. But why is the number so huge here in the south, and southeast? Is it that the south, and southeasterners are not really interested in getting involved, or they were not pushy enough? What's going on?
See, I think I will use from the fact that you can't compare southerners and northerners. Okay, reason. In the north, you find out that most northern residents and people from the north find out that they don't travel much. But the southerners, we know, Enugu, Ebonyi, that we just mentioned, they don't stay one place. So somebody might just at that time working here. Okay, the next thing, job don't come for Sokoto.
And then
The person moves.
So
or Japa, the person moves.
Why I raised that question is the agitation for southeastern presidency has been like forever. But the efforts to make it happen, it's not there.
Okay, now let me tell you, for the southeast, you cannot also annul the fact that most southeasterners are not based in southeast.
Okay, so why are they agitating that? Oh yes, these things don't come to us. Okay, we have over 500,000 uncollected PVCs in Ebonyi State. So Does that state have the right to say, okay, our votes were not well counted, we're this, we're that? What's
Mr.
going
William,
on?
let me also give you an instance now. You find out that in many communities in Nigeria, in fact, there's no community in Nigeria that you don't find a Southeasterner, where they will tell you anywhere you don't see an Igbo man. Let me use an Igbo for instance now. Anywhere you don't see an Igbo man, any land you don't see an Igbo man, leave that land, leave that area, because that land is dry. It might sound crazy, but if you go down to the details, you find out that, see, in fact, somebody even mentioned to me recently, a Yoruba man, and an average age Yoruba man mentioned to me that, see, that he was going to vote for P2B. Not just for any other thing, but for the fact that he feels that it is, he used the word turn. I am not in that, I'm not in that school of thought, okay? But he also mentioned one thing, that there is no place why he's choosing an Igbo man, because he feels that the Igbo man, the Igbo people are the ones even uniting the country. Reason, because that there is no place you go that an Igbo man will not take possession, live freely, build houses, build stuff, relax, and live his life.
So are you saying that in doing so, their PVCs, their zeal to participate in the electioneering process, what is going on with their PVC collection? What's going on? What do you think is going on?
What I think is going on, why many persons in the Southeast have not collected their PVC, one, the movement wahala that I told you.
So why register in places where you
because they might just feel that I still there here. Once money calls you in Lagos as an Igbo man, you are living and moving.
Then the election is not important to you.
No, what I think going forward, I am not siding the fact that, okay, you leave your place and travel and never come back to pick your PVC. It should be done, because at the end of the day, all our voices are needed in this election.
Very much so. Just imagine losing 500,000 votes.
Yes.
That is huge, and that's my pain.
Yes, many a times too, you find out that those persons too are not as patriotic as you and I, because the Victor I know, I will make sure I go back, collect my PVC. In fact,
so then it
find a
boils
way
down
and
to-
so go back and that's my vote.
So then it boils down to orientation. A lot of people don't understand how important their PVCs is to the electioneering process, that without it you cannot vote. Being a registered voter does not give you the automatic access to voting. When you register as a voter, you must pick up your pass, which is the PVC. That's the only way you can vote.
Now, let me also tell you, congratulations to some Nigerians that are coming back home this February to come and vote.
That's what we're saying. Those are the people that understand what it takes to, have a voice.
Yes. And I even have a family member that is supposed to go on a business trip, but he has business and health trip. He has cancelled it or postponed it, that he wants to take part of the both elections, that it is by mid-March that he will be leaving the country.
You see, these are people that understand that we need to lend our voice, and anything it takes, we'll do it. So for the others that have left over 500,000 PVC, some other states 300,000, it is so painful to hear that at this time where I thought that Nigerians will be making this election a do or die affair, a make or mar affair, because we have been pushed to the wall. If you are a Nigerian and you don't feel that way, I wonder which country you live in. I wonder what is up with you. But I feel that way as a Nigerian, and I'm ready to stick my neck out to ensure that, I participate, and people around me too. I'm going to push my friends, family, they must participate in this election to ensure that we lend our voice to, the progress of this nation. All right, so if you have picked up your PVC, get ready. All right, we're going to continue with our newspaper headlines when we come back from this very short break. You stay tuned.
Hey there. Are you looking to record your videos, do your voiceovers, and take your professional pictures? Look no further. With our state-of-the-art newsroom, photography, kitchen for our food content creators, and exclusive children's studio, we certainly can deliver the best studio experience. Our carefully designed studio space can bring your diverse creative content ideas to life. we aim to consistently serve value to our customers far and wide. Come, let Tharv Media give life to your dreams. Tharv Media, a slice of infotainment.
All right, welcome back from that very short break. We're still here at the New Super Review here on Tap TV. My name is William Sabule, and I'm here with Mr. Victor Shioko. Together, we're going through the headlines. So if you're just joining us, you're right on time. And we're taking our last paper for today, and that will be Nigerian News Direct. And on Nigerian News Direct, we have as headline here, FRSC, new call Marshal promotion largesse sets the course agog with nationwide jubilation. Congratulations to all of them that got the promotion. Yes, I have one cousin that also got promoted. So congratulations to all of our road safety officers. They're doing a great job on the roads. You're always seeing them doing so much risk attached to their job too.
And
but
very
then
little money too.
yes, but they are out there every time when accidents happen. They are the first to rush to the scene to always see how they can help us. So kudos to all of you and congratulations once again. We'll move on to other headlines here on Nigerian News Direct. We see as the main headline here, Naira scarcity, mob attack fear in banks. Mob attack fear in banks as sale of Naira notes persist. POS operators charge over 25%. Entrepreneurs count losses. CBN needs to address scarcity, CPPE. CBN meets banks, telcos on POS withdrawal charges. Bank media chiefs debunk hoarding indictment of banks. All right, other headlines. That story is on page 4, though. So pick up a copy of Nigerian News Direct and go to page 4 for the details. Other stories here, we see GT Bank takes over Stallion Nigeria assets over 13 billion naira debt. All right. Niger Republic signed agreement on border frequency coordination. And also, I'll take this one. Serap sues Lawan Bajabiamila over failure to cut unlawful 228.1 billion naira National Assembly budget. All right. One more headline. It says President Buhari condemns horrific terrorist attack on Katsina vigilantes. Right, Mr. Victor, that's all the headline will be taken on Nigerian News Direct. But let me come to you. This story caught my attention. It says Serap sues Lawan Bajabiamila over failure to cut unlawful 228.1 billion naira National Assembly budget. Very interesting one.
Very, very interesting.
I want you to react to that story.
So what is happening? Out of that money, they have kept aside 30 billion. Out of the 228, they've kept aside 30 billion for their severance package.
Wow.
You know, many of them are going, so they need to go with good money.
You know, it's funny how these politicians look after only themselves. Nothing else. No other Nigerian matters. It is only them. It's amazing.
A budget that will be borrowing is a short thing that will be borrowing 50% of the budget if you want to implement everything in that budget. Reason, yes. Oh, they are even coming from the side that the budget has been increased generally, as in almost every sector increased. So they need to take up theirs too. Okay, a budget that we know that inflation is worrying on the budget. A budget that we know that our revenue, we're only expecting 10 billion from expected revenue. So if anything even happens to the oil, wahala day. So then you are still increasing the debt burden. Already Nigeria is owing 77 trillion. Okay, so you now want to add up to that issue? So
it's something else.
Sarah, that's the social economic assessment project. They have gone just as usual. But my problem now is Sarah upon two they go court. They have gone to court again.
So many cases in court.
Yeah, but many a times these cases don't come to fruition. But
nothing comes out of it. When I saw this headline, I was like, once again, they have dragged these guys to court with a likelihood of nothing coming out of it. I don't know whether Serap does this to just be on the news, to just tell the world that they have their eyes on these people. Or how come that these cases are not seen to a conclusive end? I don't know whatever happens out there, whether these guys are always coming out clean or what, I don't know. But once again, they've been dragged to court, and I'm hoping that this will somehow find its way to some reasonable end. That's what I'm hoping for.
So this bill, mind you, the president sent his own bill, but these guys, they opt theirs. Okay, it was around 160, 63 or there, but they added about 50 on top of it, as in billion, no, not be million, no. 50 billion on top of it. Okay, so but what he said, I'm saying, see that even how can we just be budgeting for National Assembly when we have UBEC not having even close to that amount? That's the universal basic education. Where in a country that we have issues, big issues of that 20 million of our children
out of school.
20, you know what is 20 million of our children are out of school? We are having a multidimensional poverty line of about 133 million Nigerians under the multidimensional poverty line. And your own is just how to increase your own
gather
monies.
for yourself. Gather for yourself. It's all about you.
A National Assembly that never, mind you, okay, if you have this time, but let me see if I can squeeze it under 2 minutes. Mind you, the same National Assembly, since we've been having issues with the oil issue, the fuel scarcity, they have never come out to go and see the president or have strong meetings to take care of this issue. But what then happened during this Naira scarcity? Through Femi Gbajabiamila, and you know, yes, and you know who Femi Gbajabiamila is to Tinubu. Okay.
Over the weekend, we saw the adverts. He has started running for the presidential candidate of the APC. So he's a loyalist.
So no, sure. So they went to see the governors now, and Femi Gbajabiamila have gone to see Presido because of this Naira issue. So what are even people saying? The streets are saying, why have you not gone to the presidency since over issues, the killings that have been happening in the country?
Petrol scarcity has been there for almost 5 months.
The millions of Nigerians that have been moved to the poverty line, the 20 million Nigerian children that are out of school. You've not gone to see the president but this Naira issue now
that
is the biggest issue for you
now.
Because it affects you. That's what Nigerians are saying. Because part of the arrangement is to make sure that vote buying will be reduced to its barest minimum. So these are the issues, but they are after their money.
After their money,
and mind you, many of them will not be coming back. So they will press. They will put their lives into this money because they know that from this money they will solve their their political problems, because they have also put in so much money to make sure that they come back. But unfortunately for them, their parties did not allow them to come back. So many issues, man. But come to think of it,
it's unfortunate.
It's so unfortunate
that we get to hear things like this. By now, I feel that Nigeria should have moved far ahead of all of this kind of things, but it's still there. And the ordinary masses, the ordinary Nigerian is the one feeling the brunt of all of this drama going on up there. Because these guys already have a safe landing, a secured landing for them and their children's children. They're still doing more, stacking up for themselves. And then we shouldn't support those kind of things. And the only way is for you to vote foolish governments out of office. Vote reasonable hands, reasonable heads, and be patient with them and watch them walk Nigeria to a successful place. But for now, we have a lot of work to do. All right, that's where we'll draw the curtain for today on the News Super Review. We want to thank you so much for watching up this time. All right, Mr. Victor, thank you for making it to the program. All right, till next time, we'll come your way again. My name is Williams Abule, and this has been the Newspaper Review on TAP TV.